Will you be there when the stars align? Before we begin, thank you very much to check out my band Cryptids, with a K, for joining the Patreon campaign. I kind of figured eventually someone would be using the shoutouts to promote their own stuff, and I've always been kind of weird about that. In the future, I might lock that to certain shoutout tiers if you want it as like a actual like product or service or whatever promotional thing. But in this case, since I don't have that established yet, my only criteria was, let me make sure it's something I'm okay recommending to my audience. And when I got to looking at it, I did some digging. It's a band out of Australia. And when I looked around, I thought, oh no, don't let this be like some scream metal band that's just like doing like a big, like, sings in nothing but throat screams. There's a little bit of that, but it's more like the backing. The lead singer is not doing that. Sounds good. Sounds good. Like, I'm perfectly okay with that. So there you go. There is the official shout out from TJOmega. Thank you very much for pitching in. It is Monday. It is time for a news roundup, and because it is a Monday in the news roundup, we have to start with absolutely the most important news in Transformers today. My eBay shop is populated again. I have a lot coming up that is going to get very expensive very quickly. So I've thrown a few things on eBay right now. I'm just kind of focused on, like, what do I have that's unopened? Because everything that's loose, I'd had to start digging for accessories, make sure everything is intact and all that. Sealed stuff is easy. Just, like, take a photo and send it off on its merry way. Not a whole lot of thought process to it. So it's a very big scattering of things that I have bought, intended to crack open, didn't really get around to, or things that I thought I wanted to keep sealed, but I'm like, you know what, I'm okay getting rid of this. It's very random right now, but I do have a big trip coming up, which I will actually be leaving on Thursday, so anything you buy late in this week will be delayed till I can get back to ship it. But point being, there is a link in the description below to the eBay shop. Give it a browse. If there's something you are interested in, please, by all means, consider it. Everything is free shipping, by the way. Like, I try to keep close to market price and then market free shipping, so no one has to worry about anything. Except for this Vi stamp, which was supposed to be free shipping. I'll fix that before you get it. Like, this is all supposed to be free shipping right now. Did this not update? This didn't update. It's all going to be free shipping when you see it. Okay. Point being, let's get on to real Transformer news. And of course, because we are in HasLab season, we will be updating you on the progress of Liokaiser every single day until it is officially funded. And guess what? We are already backed. 11,172 backers right now means that this toy will absolutely be happening. Congratulations, we're going to get our big victory combiner after all. So, this was thanks to opening up the international pre-orders. So, they got opened up in China, Singapore, Mexico, a few other places. This is largely due to China adding their pre-order numbers in. Point being, this toy went from being actually behind pace of Star Saber and Death Saurus, like one of the slower Transformer HasLabs, to immediately shooting up to the exact point Omega Prime was at 10 days into its campaign. So it went from the slowest to tying with the fastest. So thank you everyone to the international shoppers who will be enjoying our Liokaisers in about a year and a half. But hey, cool notes on the way that is officially happening. At this rate, Death Cobra is a certainty. There's no way we're not getting Death Cobra out of this. We'll get all three. We'll get all three. The big surge at the end will assuredly get us anything that we don't already have. So go ahead and start speculating on if there's going to be a hidden tier. A little surprise that we get thrown in at the last minute, because that seems to be a thing now. And if you want a little bit more incentive to putting your pre-order in, Leozak here is getting his spotlight from Hasbro's Instagram page. Yeah, it's mostly just to show off what the toy will eventually be. I want everyone to keep in mind, with all of this, it's all digital render. No physical toys have actually been produced yet. So everyone, if you're getting on about like color schemes being slightly off, etc., let's like calm down. Calm down. All that is still adjustable. This is not the final product. Leozak is looking good, albeit simple. You can see how much of the robot mode is just kind of hanging out under the jet here. And that does also lead to him having this little bit more of a strange proportion to him, with a smaller head and thicker legs. He does have to form the block of this torso, and he's going to be responsible for carrying the shoulders of this toy. So he has to have the structure in mind first, and then whatever the robot and vehicle ends up as afterwards. So he ends up a little bit weirdly shaped, I will admit, but in this combiner, he was probably always going to suffer at least a little bit of sacrifice. You know, because also keep in mind, on top of everything this toy already has to do, somewhere hidden in there is Liokaiser's head. So there is a lot to this toy, despite appearances. It's got a lot it has to handle. So I'm not going to begrudge it for simplicity. It is looking good. Here we have our chest force partner. Someone pointed out that breast force is not going to fly in the US, but if you take the R out of breast, you just have beast force. That would have been so much better. That would have been so much better. I'm expecting we're probably going to be getting one of these every week until the campaign is done. Just periodic updates and focal point on individual members. Cool to see. We'll keep you up to date on them. Oh, we'll keep you abreast of them. Supreme has put out the official stock image for their Optimus Prime. We still have no real information on this, like how it's going to be sold, what the price point is going to be. It's just a G1 Optimus Prime repainted for the Supreme brand. We do know from this now that almost all of the plastic has been redone into red, with just a little bit of black surviving on the actual trailer. And we also notice here that Supreme has also been written across Optimus Prime's chest, as well as on these stickers on his biceps. So yeah, he's definitely rocking the brand. He has the drip now. I mean, at least it's a brand that is normally red in color, so it actually kind of works for Optimus Prime. It's not like what Bathing Ape was doing, just random color schemes all the time. Also, I will point out, the last time we talked about this, I did make an error. Yes, this is a US brand, not a Korean brand. Okay, that's on me. In my defense, that's what the news article said that I read. So if they got it wrong, I got it wrong. I apologize either way. I'm not a fashion person, if you haven't noticed. But no, we'll see. We'll give you updates if we actually find out exactly how this is going to come out. Some new artwork for Age of the Primes popped up in a very unusual place. This is the front end of a collector's store, the Falcons hangar over on Facebook. So this is our first look at the artwork for some of these Prime characters, and some of it for the first time properly colored. Here we have orange and browns on Onyx Prime, and looking good, and it's still in that Centaur mode. I still do not know how exactly this is going to work. What can you even transform him into? I think he's going to end up being one of the more interesting toys of the year. I'm really excited to see exactly what he's going to look like. If we look further, we are going to get a shot of Macadam, or rather, Alchemist Prime. This one, again, this one's an interesting one because form-wise, he's definitely taking inspiration from his appearance in Cyberverse, but he has that classic Marvel Macadam look to his face. So it's a very interesting blend, similar to what they did for Prima. They're going for a blend of like the official depiction of the 13 along with a classic version of the character as well. So interesting mix of the two to get our like first official toy of the character. You know, at least one that's meant to be the Prime, not the one who's meant to be the bartender. I'm really looking forward to him. I can't tell what he's going to transform into just from the look of this artwork. Also can't quite tell exactly what he's holding. It looks like a pair of magnifying glasses with a lot of extra lenses attached. So, hopefully this is all revealed soon. If the artwork is done, and we already know, like, they've got everything designed out. Just wait to see. And we get little things here too. There's Scrapper, there's Thundercracker, Grimlock's, and keep in mind that's the reissue Grimlock. That's not the G2 one that's coming out. Look, Wheelie is his normal colors. That's the 86 reissue coming to Studio Series. Yeah, don't pay the eBay overcharge. Yeah, you're going to get another shot. Don't worry. Now we enter a portion where the entire week was devoted to showing off new pictures of all the upcoming toys, which are very, very close to release. I would suggest everybody check the dates on your pre-orders, because some of my pre-orders for Age of the Primes claim that this is coming this month. Heads up. So just go ahead, double check. I know with TFCon approaching, a lot of people are watching their budgets carefully. So that's something to keep in mind here. But here we have Air Raid, and Air Raid looking really good. The stuff from Mark Lonis, pretty much the same as standard, just kind of describing the toy itself, shouting out the designer from Takara. Nothing to really go on as far as like new engineering or like new tidbits about the development of the toy. Just that it's a fairly solid take on an aerial bot, which, it's all we really need to hear. I'm still going to be buying it. I still would love to upgrade my aerial bots, because, I mean, Commander War 1 is fine. These look so much better. Yeah, okay, and yeah, using the tail fins as additional weaponry, okay, that's cool to know. That could actually have some fun little play. Yeah, it doesn't look like they've lost any, like, size or mass to them compared to the other ones either, so that's good to see. Okay, and we have a little bit more for Air Raid, but we have Slingshot thrown in the mix now, too. It's interesting that Hasbro's willing to put both of these out on the shelves at the same time, because in packaging, in robot mode, they're going to look very, very similar to each other. That was always the problem with putting out aerial bots at retail, and, Constructicons at retail, too, because you don't want too many of the same looking style of figure up at the same time, because they start to devour each other as far as sales go. Or, like, if a kid is browsing with his parent, the parent is going to think he's already got that toy when he doesn't. So it's to avoid kind of confusion. It's kind of to avoid them, like, getting in each other's way as far as sales go. But this is looking pretty good. I can see how they fold up some of the vehicle bulk on the backside of his feet there. Like, those look to be the tail fins making up the heel spurs. Not a bad idea there. Yeah, what's still going to get me is just how thick his legs are and how thin his arms are. That's going to be getting to me a little bit. But I'll be honest, I'm like a lot of you out there. You aren't going to admit to it, but you're going to be like me, and you're going to keep them in Superion mode for so long, you forget how to transform the individual figures. I'm assuming. I'm just guessing. Next up, we got another look at Wasp, and we've seen a lot of these before. I need to start making a checklist of all the ones we've actually seen enough in-hand shots of to go, you know what, I don't think we need to count these in the news roundup anymore. The Wasp is looking absolutely fantastic. Colors are spot on and looking great. The head sculpt is spot on, Derek Wyatt. This mold is just surprising. Like, it is very small. I wish it came with a little bit more to bulk out its size and make it feel the price point a little bit better. But man, like, it is a nice figure overall. Color match is a little off. Color match on the translucent's a little off, but that's kind of to be expected on that dark purple plastic. Oh well. Yeah, first wave Age of the Primes is just looking so, so good. And speaking of, a little bit more, now we have Red Alert. And this is another one I'm really excited for, because Red Alert was already a good toy in Armada. Like, aside from just the fact that his chest made him very unbalanced. His chest and his backpack made him kind of hard to balance, but the articulation was on point. He was one of the more articulated toys in animated. And I feel like when we're so obsessed with, like, Bendy Prime and to a lesser extent Hoist for being so well articulated, I think people sleep on Red Alert, because he was actually pulling in that weight too. on top of just having like a bunch of gimmicks going on. But this one is keeping it far more simple. It does have all the physical gimmicks, no electronics, no launcher, but the hand gimmick is still there. His weapon still hides in the same place it does on the original toy. All that's still intact. And yeah, like the upgrades to the articulation are fantastic. And yeah, vehicle mode looks perfect. Like that's just red alert. That is looking so good. I like that you can also put his different hand attachments onto the end of the gun. So that gives him a little bit more play value, and it lets you use them in vehicle mode. That's a really good idea. Those parts also, we are confirmed. Those do have hiding spots and storage spots in Red Alert's robot mode. I'm trying to get a side view. It doesn't look like it's in the leg panels like it was the original toy, so I'm presuming it's in the backpack. That's the presumption I am going with at the moment. Still, yeah, looks like it's going to be really, really good either way. Here is Ironhide from the Gamer Edition Studio series line. I just now noticed he has an Autobot symbol right there on his belly. It fades into the red so much I almost missed it. I did say that the Ratchet toy was probably going to present better as Ironhide. I absolutely think it does. The bulky proportions work so much better for the character. It's not a mold I'm thrilled with, to the point where I'm not even sure I'm actually going to get this Ironhide for myself. It's okay, it just doesn't hit me the way I was hoping it would hit me. But you know what? Fair enough. As I said, it does definitely look better as Ironhide, so I don't know if it'll feel better. It's one of those I'll kind of wait to see, like, how the tolerances feel. You know, just someone, I'll count on a friend to let me know, like, yeah, it's actually kind of worth it. Yeah, it actually looks really good in person. Might be something I pick up when I find it on sale. More in-hand shots. This was an exhausting week of in-hand shots. Here is Deluxe Solus Prime. We can see here compared to her, her design in the Machinima series, they did keep fairly close to her. The purples and the yellows and that skirt in the front, all of that matches up. You can see, the head is mostly accurate to the animation model. It does take a little bit of liberty, especially through the middle, but I don't mind it. Still looks really, really good. Articulation seems to be great. Her backpack does not seem that bad at all, really. Looks like she's wearing her kibble pretty well. Yeah, look how smooth that is. That is the thing. She got a bit of a butt. But everything else looks really, really nice on her. Yep. Yeah, you can see little aspects of how she transforms as well. There's the hammer. Can we get to vehicle mode, please? I think there's size comparisons as well. Yeah, like size comparison to a leader class toy. Of course, we know that this guy is going to be a big one. There is 86 Prime. That is a much more current comparison if you want to do that. There's the Earthrise Prime. So that's about Voyager size. And there she is next to Bumblebee. Can we just get like a normal deluxe? No, we can't. No, of course we can't get just a comparison to a normal deluxe. Vehicle mode's still looking cool too. Like, I didn't realize her vehicle mode would taper to the back like that so much. I kind of like that. Like, that's definitely a unique vehicle silhouette. Like, I really, really like how this toy looks. Yeah, like, I don't know what you retool her into. I don't know if any of the primes actually have retools planned, but that looks good. I really, really like how she looks. Yeah, we just go on and on about this. We don't need to linger on this too long, but I'm really excited for her. Like, she's one of the ones I'm excited for the most out of Wave 1. She looks like she's going to be really fun. For more shots of Solus, we have not, or Prima. We have not seen Prima Prime in a bit, so let's take another look at the boy. This is, again, reminder, this is a amalgamation of the one from the G1 cartoon, which is where they get the head sculpt, as well as the Covenant of Primus version, which is where they get the white and grays and the blue color scheme. I am hopeful that a day will come where it's repainted into the pale blue of the G1 cartoon, because I do love the look. I still like have fond memories of that episode of Five Faces of Darkness. You see the original look of the Matrix? Well, you know, it was like the slightly blue tinted silver for the ball instead of the orange. I'm almost curious, like, why does it change color? Why did it look like that? Or is it just, like, tarnished over time? Is it rusted? Did you rust the Matrix, you monsters? Vehicle mode, again, looking really, really good. Yeah, we've seen this toy a lot. There's not a whole lot of reason to linger on it anymore. These toys are, I think, are almost out. Because I know, like, I know overseas, they've already been spotted in stores. So we know they're well into production. They're probably shipping to the US as we speak. Yeah, this could be any day now where we're enjoying these things in hand. Like, do not believe, like, the March or May pre-orders. I'm expecting these things. I'm expecting these stateside no later than, like, early March. This guy, on the other hand, might take a little bit longer. But this is from NotRab, so this might actually be closer than I thought. Studio Series Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime, and this thing looks so, so good. I love the look of this character. Yeah, I'm really eager to actually get a hold of this one. Yeah, the articulation looks fantastic. I do really like how much paint, when like subtle paint work is going into this. Like, it feels like a Generations toy, but given like the paint budget of a Studio Series movie toy. That's the vibe I am getting off of him. Do I have shots of the battle mode and the vehicle mode? Because this is all really cool. There's the vehicle. There's a vehicle. That's a nice looking jet. Like, he's very clean. I can see the arms underneath him, which is... I don't like when I can see the arms. But yeah, it's a very thin, very like low kibble, like low underbelly jet, which is good to see. And then we had the battle mode. The guns coming out the side of the legs, out the shoulders, the arm the forearms becoming arm cannons, the tilt to the chest, the battle mask up. Oh, I love that it just has a battle mode. That's so good. That gives him so much more. I'll forgive a simple transformation where it's the robot hanging out underneath a jet if you give me something cool like this. Yeah, I am really excited for that toy. That one looks like it's going to be a blast. Okay, we are finally through the section of new looks at upcoming toys. Let's take a look at some of the licensed Transformers world. So DLX has gone back and redone some details from their upcoming Transformers Bumblebee Optimus Prime Cybertron mode event exclusive. After fan requests, they have gone back and retooled the globe accessory as well as the battle mask to actually be much more movie accurate. Good on them for being willing to go back and fixing up something that they could have done better the first time around. That is very, very commendable of them. Moving on to other parts, Yola Park showed off a little bit more of their translucent Optimus Prime. We have taken a look at this toy. It is a really, really solid figure, and now will be available in translucents. You know how I feel about translucent stuff, but we'll see if Yola Park's got some more money spent on their plastic quality. Their stuff's usually really solid, so like I would bet that this is made of some like higher quality stuff than what typically like cracks and breaks. I've never been one for like translucent exclusives and translucent pieces like this, like where the whole thing is clear. That's a very hit and miss thing. Sometimes it looks brilliant, sometimes it looks kind of eh. This one is somewhere in the middle. But for the people who like this kind of aesthetic, there you go, it's on the way. Now, for an exciting one, Blokees Defender version 2 is on the way. And it is a nice assortment. We took a look at these for Blokees a little bit ago, and these are like the tiny ones, like the little palm-sized kits that they sell, which are very, very good. Like for their size, they're very, very fun little trinket toys to keep around. Yeah, here is your assortment. We're getting a Bumblebee, a Wheeljack, a Diaclone throwback with the black Ironhide, a Gold Soundwave, so Golden Lagoon mode, Starscream Inferno, oh my god, can I remember his name? Why did I suddenly blank on which Constructicon I'm looking at? Because this is like squashed down and I can't get enough like clear details to pin him down. I think it's Hook. It's Hook or it's Bone. I don't. Oh, you will excuse me if I'm blanking at the moment. Okay, and a white Ultra Magnus. Here's your chases. So, instead of a metallic Bumblebee, you are getting a Shattered Glass Bumblebee as a chase, and then metallic Starscream, and then your super chases, which is Starscream with the Coronation gear, and Bumblebee armed to the teeth, shield, sword, and with the door wings on the back. Yeah, these are just really, remember, look at how good these pose and how detailed they are. This could literally fit in the palm of your hand. Now, it's not here, unfortunately. I don't have the image that they showed. But as of this wave, they are officially teasing that we are going to be getting a fully done Devastator from the vehicle mode versions of the Constructicons. You know, and now that I see them now that I see them together in in here, like, okay, yeah, we're going to go with Bone Crusher. I'm being silly now. Yeah, they've actually teased that, yes, the vehicle ones will be able to combine into an actual Devastator, which would be incredibly cool. I'm really eager to see a Blokees Devastator in the collection. Quick congratulations to Skybound, because Transformers Issue 1, as well as Void Rivals Issue 1, have now entered their 11th printing, which is absolutely insane. The Skybound books are very, very good, like way better than I think any of us ever expected. So the fact that we are up to 11 printings of number 1, issue 2 is in its 7th printing, issue 3 is in its 5th printing, issue 6 is in its 4th printing. This is crazy. This is crazy just how well these books are doing, and deservedly so. I've read the new book. It's really good. I'm waiting. The fault with this format of mine is I need to wait till the next issue comes out next month before I can talk about it again, and I really want to talk about it, so I don't know. We might figure out something else to do. Hasbro, or I guess Takara Tomy, their T-Spark YouTube channel, posted a cute little 40th anniversary stop-motion animation featuring a large collection of Transformers and the adventures of a few Megatrons and Optimus Primes. It's a cute little 7-minute video if you are curious, and it's Takara, so the stop motion is very obviously very well done. Just a cute little video for the anniversary. Nothing too big, but you know, it's out there. And to wrap us up, there's a new Transformers pop-up store coming to Shibuya Mori in Japan. So here we have some additional promotional images here featuring classic G1 artwork. There we have the 40th anniversary image that we saw, you know, for when they did all their those huge announcements last year. You want pillows? We got pillows. No, we have the Optimus Prime neck pillow that you can wear, as well as the vehicle mode big plush pillow. We have Soundwave as well, which is always super cool to see. By this indication here, I'm going to assume that these pillows interact, and this is like one product that comes two ways. I don't know what this little swirl means. I'm presuming it is to indicate that these will fit inside the larger pillows. I'm just making a guess. Here we have acrylic Here we have acrylic pieces of all the original comic book covers. Not a bad piece to throw out there. It's kind of cool. I'm not seeing Shockwave. I'm not seeing the most famous cover. And then you have your typical stuff. Here's your keychains. There's your postcards. And yeah, these are actual Visa cards. These are actual Visa cards you can get. So, if you happen to be in Shibuya anytime soon, you're going to be able to actually visit a pop-up store that is nothing but Transformers, which is always cool to see. And that's going to be doing it for our news roundup. It is a long one this time because we had so many new photos of upcoming toys. So, thank you for sticking around with me. I need a glass of water now. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next time. The day is getting closer. My journey is almost over. And when it is, our journey begins. The question is, when the stars align, will you be there?